We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He was born to run the fast break. It's Jay Williams.
And Plainfield, New Jersey really respects you for putting some respect on my hometown's name. But you know what? We're going to have a big-time matchup this evening as the guys are getting ready to battle down on the court.
Let's do it. They're ready to go, and so are we. All right, here we go.
That's me. I got ball.
Curry to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Jumper's good. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Harden to James. To the rim, lays it up and in. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant. And that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Kevin Durant sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden to James. Count the basket at the rim. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Harden has it up the floor. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Giannis with it up top. 8-2 our score. Paul George to Embiid. Oh, big finish at the rim.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Looking to make something happen.
Screen coming. Watch out. Here comes screen.
Harden.
Get back.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Leonard to Harden. Down to 5 on the 24. Durant. Kevin Durant is going to get a chance at 3 here. Career 88% from the line. First one, count it.
There it is. It's like practice.
Second to 3, got it.
Oh, yeah, we're going right back to you.
Three for 3. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Walker into the front court. Down 5. To George. Joel Embiid. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Irving with the basketball. Up by 3. LeBron, tough matchup against George. Durant. They have to keep him in their grasp. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Walker to Curry. Runner's good there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Watch that cutter. I got the cutter. Watch the cutter. Watch the cutter.
James to Leonard. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
He's coming. Give me stance.
Adetokunbo to Curry. To Adetokunbo. Shot very close. No good. LeBron in the front court. Up 6. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
LeBron James against George. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
George to the basket, but it won't go. Irving into the front court. His team leads it by 10. James against Paul George. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Not that time.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the rest to blow the whistle.
It's James controlling the offense. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Curry. Wow, look at him dive for the loose ball. Harden into the front court. Up a dozen. James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Mike Budenholzer wants a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Curry to Griffin. Has a look. Griffin's shot won't go.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Harden to Irving.
I got a little man on.
Knocks it down off the step back.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to cement his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Curry to Griffin. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Kyrie across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Here comes the screen.
Hey, left.
Joel Embiid sends it away and scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis, and a chance at three.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Anthony Davis at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's Russ and the controls.
You gotta get up on that. Cut him.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
No, you can't go out jump.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
James to Davis. Throws it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
The pass set it all up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Lillard to James. Throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Anthony Davis able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Blake Griffin pins it. 50-50 ball. Offense retrieves it. Simmons to Davis. Count it.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Kemba Walker against the former Cougar. To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Westbrook. To Middleton. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Walker. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get 1 or 2 to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Anthony Davis. That's now 4. He hasn't missed. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
I got ball,
Adetokunbo to Westbrook. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Leonard. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. James into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Gets it to go. And the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throws up and good. Three-point play. They continue to pour it on early. Russell Westbrook with the lock. To Jokic. Lillard takes aim at Steph Curry. The drive right to the basket to Lillard. Curling inside. Blake Griffin with a piece. Screen coming.
Gotta come through. Hey, watch that back door.
24-second violation. Russell Westbrook, defended by Thompson. Curry to Middleton. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Good shot, boy.
Two for two on that trip.
Nice.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. He'll run the offense. To James. LeBron James. He's now 5 for 6.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Anthony Davis tips it. That's all for this entertaining first quarter of the NBA All-Star Game. Jay and I return after this. You're watching a special presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Here's Irving into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Harden. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Side up.
Yes, Klay Thompson. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Walker. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Giannis Adetokunbo with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Screen, I got your help.
Walker to Adetokunbo. The screen sets him up for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen.
Swing coming right, swing coming right.
Harden to Thompson. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. Westbrook into the front court. His guys down big to Walker. Westbrook. That one off the mark. It's no good. Anthony Davis rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Durant to Irving to Davis. Down low. And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Knocks down the first.
Good shot, good shot.
And gets both to drop at the line.
Shot, bro.
Walker with the basketball. Down a bundle. Adetokunbo to Kemba Walker. Steph Curry, tough matchup against Durant. With the interception.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Leonard. Irving. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? To Curry. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
That's all you.
Middleton buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Irving. Another chance. Another shot stays out.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
Durant. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away. Walker to Middleton. Oh, had him going there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Adetokunbo. Driving right to the basket, and his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. New blood coming in for both sides. James Harden at the controls. To Durant. James. Joel Embiid. Huge block. Kawhi Leonard against George. Has a chance. Shot for Leonard. No good.
Oh, here it is.
To Curry.
I got ball, I got ball.
Adetokunbo.
I'm here.
Curry to Adetokunbo. Flushes it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Durant.
Big up, big up. Screen coming right, screen coming right.
Nothing going here on that drive. James to Harden. Kawhi Leonard.
Shot.
That one's going to be out of bounds. against Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden takes aim at Steph Curry.
1 step and I'm gone.
To Davis. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Antetokounmpo. Anthony Davis swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Durant knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Antetokounmpo. Nothing going here on that drive. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Oh my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
To Harden. James. They'll get it to Durant. And a chance coming up at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Kevin Durant. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
I get up right back to you. I got him. Here we go.
Walker
Here we go.
to Embiid. LeBron James with the rock.
I got ball.
Shot from the lane won't go. And breaks it up.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked.
Hold on.
Get that ball back.
Irving to Durant.
What's that cutter? What's the cut?
Shot clock. It's coming down
Watch that
to
back
4.
door.
Now down to 3. Shot for James Harden. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. Knocked loose. Kevin Durant sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Antetokounmpo.
What's up?
Gets a shot up off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
The follow won't go either.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We can break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
Kevin Durant sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Antetokounmpo. Oh, good work to step in front. The pass taken away. Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys holding the big lead. To James. They go down to Davis. Giannis Antetokounmpo able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Deep 2 there, won't go. George against Harden. Paul George. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
When the ball's in his hands, We all knew what was going to happen.
Irving brings the ball up court to James. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. James to Durant. And a throwdown. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Curry. Embiid. To Paul George. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Giannis grabs the board.
I got ball.
George. Embiid. To Paul George. Here comes the screen. George lets it fly. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Kyrie with the rock.
My ball, my ball.
Davis. Anthony Davis pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Steph Curry. Harden's on him. Nothing going here on that drive. Steph lets loose. Wide open look won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Irving.
Get down. Half court. Here come.
Adetokunbo to George. Anthony Davis with a piece. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Embiid. Whoa, Chris Middleton. 3 for 3 in this first half.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Now it's Harden at the controls. And takes it away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Harden with it up top. Under a minute to go before halftime. To Thompson. For Durant, down low.
Watch that cutter.
Working. KD follows up with the putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Embiid. Kevin Durant knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Griffin. Whoa, Chris Middleton. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
I'm deep. Hey, get mine. I got yours.
Ferocious slam inside.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
shot by Thompson, no good. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The West are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the West. The East are in need of some changes at the half.
Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the East.
Game track. Defense.
The West All-Stars are exhibiting some great defense. They're refusing to let shooters get comfortable and showing great anticipation in the passing lanes.
Player of the half.
The chosen one, and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Across the timeline comes James. His guys hold a commanding lead. Curry has it. LeBron James with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
From the outside, no good.
I give this defense so much credit. Sometimes it pays major dividends to have players that are willing to get their nails dirty. Just dig their hands in the dirt. And that's what kind of stand they're making on the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Paul George. With the interception, great defensive play.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
LeBron against Paul George. To Leonard. Curling inside. Kyrie Irving. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Walker. George to Kemba Walker. Scores from the post.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Irving with the basketball. Looking to make something happen.
Right.
To James. Here comes the screen. Irving to Leonard. And throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, You have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throws good to cap off the 3-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. James to Leonard. Joel Embiid rejects it. Fourth this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down a bundle. Screen coming. Curry to Antetokounmpo. Fires the 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Here's Harden with the lock. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys down big. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George to Curry. Walker to Antetokounmpo. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Count the bucket for 2.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Ooh, 5 now. Nice pass to set things up.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball. Here we
To
go.
Curry.
I got him.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Irving. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Harden shot, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he
Stuffs it down with authority.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Irving. Harden to James. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. Well contested. Curry to Embiid.
Shot, box out, box out.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
It's James controlling the offense. To Durant. Takes stock of the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. To Irving. The drive right to the basket. Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Not loose. They love this hustle. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. So possession will stay right where it is. George to Embiid.
He flashing, bump him, bump him, bump him.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And finishes strong.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Now it's hard. Controlling the offense. To Leonard.
Hand up.
Short jumper off the mark.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
And this will be out of bounds, off of Embiid. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Lillard to Leonard. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
I got him.
Russell Westbrook sizing up the all-star Lillard. To Embiid. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Paul George. Great dish to set it up. Joel Embiid. Count the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Screen coming. Durant had made his first couple, but he misses there.
That's me. I got ball.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Pick up.
Leonard. Here comes the screen.
Screen coming.
Here's Leonard for 2. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Westbrook with it. He'll run the offense. To Paul George.
Big right.
To Embiid. Here comes the screen. Embiid. Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys holding the big lead. Russ at the controls. Knocked loose. Middleton. Oh, Nikola Jokic. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
To Durant. And he hits.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Westbrook
Here we go.
to
Here we
George.
go.
Here comes the screen. George against Klay Thompson. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Pass the ball, man.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Damian Lillard trying to cash in on a three-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Russell Westbrook up against the Weber State product. Jokic to Middleton. Nothing going here on that drive. And Davis there to grab the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Give me stairs. He's coming. Give me stairs. Hey, match up, match up, match up.
Embiid, good for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
I got this D on it.
Lillard against the former MVP. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Screen right.
Embiid to Westbrook. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Yeah, I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. Fourth quarter getting underway as it's Team LeBron with the ball first. And not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
LeBron with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
LeBron James at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he misses that one free throw. 8 seconds. It's going the other way. James to Davis. Has a look. Scores from the post.
The versatility of Anthony Davis makes him one of the most special players in the league today. He can score on you with his back to the basket, but if you also leave him open on the perimeter, he's going to knock that down with ease.
Down low Jokic. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. To James. Irving. James. Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen.
You know you can't go on me.
Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To James. Has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Irving to Simmons. Here comes the screen.
Get over.
Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To James. Irving. Well defended. Nothing going here on that drive. Jokic to Westbrook. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here comes the screen. Not today.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Here's Westbrook controlling the offense to Walker. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Nikola Jokic. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks, but you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
First free throw is good.
Good shot. Good shot.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Shot, boy.
Giannis with it up top. Down a bundle. To Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Kemba Walker here against Harden. To Adetokunbo.
Watch it back door.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Giannis Adetokunbo. Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw.
Good shot.
Goes 2 for 2. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Here's Curry with it up top. His guys down big. To Adetokunbo.
Shot, that's short, that's short.
Shot won't go. To Harden. Durant.
Here I am. I got ball. I got ball.
Shot, shot, shot.
Shot, shot, shot. Box out.
Not that time. Kawhi Leonard. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Durant. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Curry controlling the offense. Walker. Curry hits the trifecta.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
My ball, my ball.
Irving. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck.
Hit.
Curry. Harden to James. Oh, ferocious slam inside. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
With the interception.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Kyrie Irving. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. To Durant. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Embiid. Off the assist.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
James to Leonard. Giannis Antetokounmpo swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
When you open, shoot it. Cut it, I got
Curry
yours.
to Embiid. Defense making the ball handler work. Lillard. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away.
Let's go, pick him up. Yeah.
GG lets it fly. Deep two there, won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Let's go.
To Durant and breaks it up.
I got ball. Got some for him.
Taking advantage of the turnover.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
LeBron, tough matchup against George. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Walker to Embiid. Curling inside. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. To Durant.
Hey, I got ball, I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
Here comes the screen. James matched up with Paul George. Thompson to James.
Watch the pick on your right.
Fine to shoot to James. Fires the three. Rebound pulled down by Giannis.
I got ball. I'm here.
To Embiid. Here comes the screen. George. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. KD with the rock. To Leonard. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Paul George to Embiid. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Oh, emphatic slam.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
It's me, I got it.
Leonard to James. The drive right to the basket.
I got him.
Antetokounmpo to Curry. George to Walker.
Box out.
That's no good. Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball.
Paul George. Oh, good work to step in front. The pass taken away.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
Harden's shot, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Antetokounmpo. Curry. Not getting the bounce.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
LeBron into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Screen coming.
On your lap, here he come. Hey, switch. Watch the cutter
Here's
come through.
James with a chance. The screen sets him up for two.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. They'll regroup before the action continues. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. James against Paul George.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The West All-Stars put one in the win column with a solid performance. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the West All-Stars. The East All-Stars didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the East All-Stars.
Game track. Second chance points.
The West All-Stars did a fantastic job of closing out on the offensive boards. Even better, they were able to convert those opportunities into second chance points. These guys did an incredible job of being assertive once the ball was in the air.
The All-Star Game MVP. was cold.
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.